Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the WordCamp LAX live show. I am Joey Dowd, the live show wrangler. I have a special guest today. I'm joined by Adam Warner, the Global Field Marketing Senior Manager for Godaddy Pro. Did I get that correct, Adam?
Yeah, you did, Joey. Thanks, and nice to meet you. I know it's a long and convoluted title, but yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming on. So thank you. So I just wanted to do a shout out. So Godaddy Pro is one of our WordCamp LAX's Journeyman sponsors, and so Adam's here to join us today to talk a bit about some of the WordCamp functionality in Godaddy Pro and sort of how they support WordCamp developing. And so we have a demo video. Do you want to kind of give an intro of what we're about to see you demonstrate?
Yeah, thanks. Sounds good. Right to the video, or should
I? Well, yeah, just I guess like some context of like what we're about to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Sorry, my son came in the room. You know, the remote world. Yeah. So this video is a walkthrough. It's a demo of the Godaddy Pro tool. Godaddy Pro includes something called Pro Sites and Pro Clients, and to put it simply, Godaddy Pro is a way to manage all of your websites and your clients in one unified dashboard. So if it's really meant if you have your clients on recurring revenue maintenance packages to bulk update multiple sites all at once. And it's free with some premium add-ons.
Awesome.
Hey everybody, Adam Warner here with Godaddy Pro. In this video, I'll give you a walkthrough and a demo of the Godaddy Pro Sites and Pro Clients tools. To log into Godaddy Pro, you just go to godaddy.com/pro. Go ahead and click sign in. If you have a Godaddy account, go ahead and click sign in. If you don't, you can create an account without making any purchases. And once I sign in, I'll be taken to my Godaddy products page, and you'll see a link here to go to Godaddy Pro. Go ahead and click that link. I've been taken to the clients section because this is where I was last. So let's go ahead and take you to the home page. And here we are on the Godaddy Pro homepage. The homepage has some recent activity. It also highlights some of the partners we have and the educational content that we have. Over on the left, underneath home, you'll see overview. If you click on overview, that's going to have an overview of everything that is available to be updated or serviced on all of the sites that you're managing. And we'll jump back here in just a moment. Here under overview, you have sites. This is where all your sites will be listed, all the ones that you're managing. And as you hover over each one, you'll have opportunities to get into deeper settings or to log into the site itself. And under sites, we have clients. This is where all of your clients will be listed. You can click into each one, or there are some shortcut items here for shopping for your client, logging in as your client, or archiving the client. And there's different views. There's a list view and grid view. And under clients, we have the Add-Ons tab. And this is where you'll see all of your sites listed and the add-ons that are activated for each site. And one thing to note here, all of the add-ons here are activated for this site, but you can see down here that not all of the add-ons are activated for this site because this client doesn't need them. And then for some sites, if you're using just the free add-ons, and if the free has a premium version, you'll see that half of the add-on will be highlighted. So in this case, this is backups, and I've just got the free backup, which is once monthly, activated on this site. Now that you've seen a quick overview of the left-hand navigation, let's talk about what you would likely do when you first log in. The first thing you'll likely do is add a website. So let's look at how to do that. You can do that from the quick menu item here, add website, add client, shop on behalf of your client, or template builder. So let's go ahead and click add website. To add a new website, you simply can do one of three things. One, you can enter the URL of the site, and Godaddy Pro will detect whether it's a WordPress powered site, and if it is, it will bring up the WordPress username and password login form. Once you log in, we will install the Worker plugin, and that will keep that connection persistent very securely. The next option is to import any existing Godaddy websites that you already have. and you can see a list of some of my personal domains here. Or you can import from file if you have a CSV in the right format to add a new site. And you can find directions with the little info button here. And once your site is added, you'll be able to find it here in your list of sites. So let's go ahead and take a deeper look at the one I've just added, talkinghuman.com. If you hover over the site, you're going to see a few options. First are the site options, and these are some settings within GoDaddy Pro where you can reconnect, you can refresh the thumbnail, you can remove the site, you can add tags and clients to the site. I am the client for this one. You have some advanced options there and some safe update settings options if you have this add-on available. So because I've just added this site, I don't have any add-ons added yet. So let's go ahead and dig into there. You could view backups here if we had any yet. You can also log into the WP admin by simply clicking one time. Now imagine doing this for your client sites. If you need to log into their site, just coming into GoDaddy Pro and hitting the WP admin link instead of having to remember their usernames and passwords in various ways. And over here finally on the left we have the open the website dashboard. This is within GoDaddy Pro. So this will show me an overview of the Talking Human site and everything that is happening there. So you can see that there's 6 plugins that need updating, 2 themes. The core WordPress version is okay. It's going to tell me what plan I'm on, if it's a GoDaddy site. If it's hosted elsewhere, it will have the host name there. Remember, GoDaddy Pro does not require your sites to be hosted on GoDaddy. They can be hosted anywhere. And you can see that there are some overviews of these different add-ons. So let's go ahead and show you how to add an add-on before we go ahead and update this site. So you can activate the add-ons in a couple of different ways. One, you can go through this list on the left side and you'll see a short video overview of each add-on and feature with a link to learn more or to activate that feature. So if you activate that feature with backups, you can see that there are free and premium versions. So the free backups are monthly backup schedule. It's cloud storage. You can restore it anytime. The premium has all the free tier features and you can read all the rest. So to activate this one, you would click activate, but you'll notice that there's a line item here that says covered by GoDaddy. That's because this site is on a qualified managed WordPress hosting plan at GoDaddy, so the pro features are included. So I can simply activate from here. But before I do that, let's go to the add-ons area and I'll show you what it looks like there. You can see Talking Human has no add-ons activated right now. So we can also activate from here. So if we click that and we click activate add-ons, we can click through one by one. It says by add-on, but again, you're going to see that it's included. If it wasn't included, you can see how inexpensive these add-ons are. So the premium backups, if you were to buy it for this site, it would be $2 per month per this site, and on and on. If you had the uptime monitor, it would be $1, and you get the idea. So let's go ahead and activate all of the add-ons for this Talking Human site. Let's go back to sites and do that within the website dashboard here. I'm going to go ahead to backups. I'm going to activate. Now you can see after activating, all of the icons to the right of each add-on have turned orange, letting me know that the premium versions of these add-ons are active. So let's look at updating the site. If I wanted to, I could select all plugins, I could select all themes, and I could run a straight update, which will update everything before doing a backup, or because I'm using premium backups, I can do a safe update, which will run a backup and then update the plugins, the themes, or WordPress core. So what if I wanted to update multiple sites in bulk at the same time, which is absolutely what I do want to do because it's what I do to save time every month. So we'll simply go back to overview, and I only want to update a couple of sites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter this list by those sites. And you can do that in a few ways. There's a bunch of different filters here that I could have used, or under the updates card, you can click this icon here and sort or group by website. So this shows me all of the sites that have available updates. For this example, I'm going to update Craft Organic and Talking Human. Now I'm going to do a safe update because both of these are using premium backups. So I can run backups on both of those sites before running any updates. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with safe update here. But before I do that, let's make sure we're also updating the themes on both of these sites. And, oh, not the WordPress version because that doesn't apply to our two sites. So we've got Craft Organic, Talking Human, themes and plugins for both sites with a safe update. A little warning here, taking a before and after screenshots of two websites could take a while, so we suggest omitting visual comparison in this safe update process. Well, I want to perform a visual comparison, so we're going to keep that. Now you can see what happens here. You get a status over here. Safe update in progress, creating the backups of your websites, tells you the status of each site. Step 2 will take your initial website screenshots of both. Step 3 will be performing the actual software updates. Step 5 will be checking your website status, and step 4 will be checking the status, and step 5 will be taking the new website screenshot. When that process is complete, I'll come right back here. Okay, my updates have stopped and I've got a notification here to that the safe update is completed and that the number of updates that have been done and that I can compare the sites. So let's go ahead and do that. First, it's Craft Organic. This is the main page. Does it look the same? It looks the same. So I think I'm pretty safe, good to go. And I can hit the arrow to go check out the Talking Human before and after, which looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I've just updated two sites with GoDaddy Pro. As you can see, we've gone from 42 available plugin updates down to 33 and on to themes and WordPress core. Now, if I wanted to update the rest of these sites, I could certainly do that by clicking Select All. And one thing to note here is doing safe updates is something I always recommend. It's always good to have a backup right before you make software changes. But if you click Safe Update and some of those sites are not on the premium backups add-on, you'll get a warning letting you know that. So you can filter out these sites from your safe updates, or you can proceed without them. Now let's take a look at the clients area. You've already seen that in the clients area, all of your existing clients will be listed. So let's go ahead and add a new one. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see Add Another Client, or you can do it from this quick menu as well. So let's go ahead and add a client. We're going to add a first name. And a company. And we'll save that client listing. And once you've added your client, you'll come to the client profile area. You can go ahead and click in here to add more details about your client, or you can start requesting access right away. So what does requesting access actually do? Well, it can do one of two things. You can request that your client allow you to manage the products in their GoDaddy account, or you can request that your client allow you to manage their products in their GoDaddy account and purchase new products on their behalf. The third option is that you can assign products that you've already bought in your own account to your client account. So let's go ahead and look at how that happens. If I click Request Access, I'll be able to choose which access level I'm requesting. I'm going to go ahead and just do Manage Products for this one. Click Next. Put in the client's email. You can edit the message as you see fit, and then you can click Send Email. And that will send an email to your client, and when they respond, you'll get a notification up here, and then you'll have access to their GoDaddy account. So let's show you what it looks like to log into a GoDaddy account as your client. Logging in as your client to their GoDaddy account is really easy. You simply use the shortcut here to log in as client, or from the full client screen, you can click Manage and Purchase Products. This is my current level of access. So let's log in as client. And you can see I'm now logged in as Christina, and I can exit access here. So I can get in and manage any of her products that she has in her account. Her domain when I need to make DNS changes after going live, the hosting account, maybe we need to make changes there, or maybe we need to add additional products. So I'm going to go ahead and just click exit access, and that'll drop me back into the client area of GoDaddy Pro.
And there you have it. It's pretty easy to manage multiple sites and clients at the same time using the GoDaddy Pro Sites and Pro Clients tools. Take care.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Adam. That was, yeah, I mean, even just from myself, I feel like I'm more familiar with the, I guess, more consumer kind of facing GoDaddy front end and less with GoDaddy Pro. So that was extremely useful I had no idea about all the WordPress tools. So that was extremely enlightening to see. And it was a nice blend of managing multiple sites, but also geared towards, running a web developing business where you have clients and sort of that nice balance of the technical side and the sort of business client side.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I used that tool before I joined the GoDaddy team because I do fall right in between designer and developer. I'm not good at either of those things, but I'm really good at implementing. So I'm an implementer. So I rely on tools like that and WordPress tools like Gutenberg, the new editor, but also some page builders and things and designs that other people do in order to do my client site builds. But then using a tool like GoDaddy Pro helps me in the freelance business, helps me kind of streamline and save some time when managing the sites.
Yeah, that's definitely excellent. Anything that saves time. Do you want to talk a bit about what is your history with WordPress and a little bit of your backstory?
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you the long and short of it. I've presented a few times through the years at different camps my WordPress story because I feel like it's relevant to anyone. I grew up as the artist of the family. I went to art school for advertising design. When I was there, I discovered that I had a lot of trouble with the implementation of the ideas. So I felt like it was true. I would have ideas, I couldn't get them down into the medium. So I had this right brain, left brain balance where shortly after art school, I got into computers and HTML and started building sites. And for me, that was an aha moment. It's like, I can create something, but I can still use the technical side of my brain. And then fast forward several years, I was working full time for an audiobook publisher, managing their website and phone sales for cassette tapes, CDs, and then we were just moving into MP3s. And it was in the sales department, but I had a side business at the time, a DVD memorial business, partnered with the local funeral home. After my brother passed, I made a DVD for him. People liked it, so I made that my side hustle, and I had a site created for that. And I was looking for a faster way to update the site with new video clips and that sort of thing. And so I started exploring open source software and happened upon WordPress. And this was in early 2005, shortly after WordPress became WordPress in, I think, 2003. And it's been a love affair ever since. So I got involved in first asking questions in the forums. And then as I learned more, answering questions, and then started blogging tutorials about WordPress. And then in the day job, happened to share a cubicle wall with the IT department and the manager there. And I kept telling him WordPress, because everything was classic ASP. So I pitched this idea to come up with audiobook author blogs as a way to do a little bit of internet marketing for the authors. And that was approved. And so I started working with WordPress every day. And then one step led to another. And every position I've had since then had something to do with WordPress and the community and the software, I'm happy to say.
That was a great journey. That was an excellent journey.
I
remember
hope that was fast enough.
Yeah. No, your audio book part of the journey reminded me. I remember back in the early days of Audible, like having to burn the multiple CDs of the tape before MP3s were mainstream.
Yeah, it was. I always think of that time. It was really pretty interesting. A lot of the support calls we would get would be, my cassette tape broke, right? So we'd have to send replacement tapes or tell people how to use the pencil eraser to roll up the tape. But when MP3s came in, I remember the day that all of the robotic machines came in, and we were part of the group, the IT group. We were programming those machines to burn the right tracks in the right order in the right sequence, and it was really interesting to be in that industry at that time.
And you were setting up the authors on like their own like WordPress site, or just like a page for them?
It was a WordPress multi-site installation, and for those who aren't familiar with multi-site, it's basically one installation of WordPress that allows you to have multiple installations underneath it. It's how WordPress.com works. WordPress multi-site is within the core software these days. You just have to go through a few steps to activate it. And I used multi-site because I had built another side hustle on multi-site, providing sites for people, and then the revenue came from them having extra features added, which was basically me turning plugins on and off per site. So it was a multi-site installation, and it went pretty well for the time it was active. So I was pretty proud of that, and I learned a ton of what not to do.
That's excellent. So yeah, let's talk about upcoming WordCamp LAX. So you'll have, well, I guess just tell me a bit about what GoDaddy Pro will be doing during the camp. I know you have a virtual booth. So if you want to talk a bit about that and what's going to be happening.
Sure, yeah. So I'm a longtime WordCamper. I think I visited my first one in Phoenix in 2011. I love WordCamps. If you've never been to a WordCamp before, it is a place where you can find people like you. If you are a complete beginner with WordPress and building websites, it's for you. If you're an advanced developer who's been building sites with WordPress and making custom sites, a WordCamp is for you. Most WordCamps run the gamut, right? And there's so much knowledge being shared from all of the speakers. And we are there, GoDaddy Pro. We are a global sponsor, so we sponsor all WordCamps around the world. And what that really means is that we have the opportunity to have a virtual sponsor booth, because that's the world we're in. If we were pre-COVID, we'd be on a plane and we'd be setting up our booth, and we'd be there full time for every day of the conference. And what we're there for really is to, of course, talk about GoDaddy Pro, the tool, GoDaddy Pro, the brand, which then leads into the larger brand of GoDaddy. But we're all about GoDaddy Pro serving the needs of web designers and developers with tools and services that they can use to build or scale their freelance businesses. So at our booth, at our booth, we will be there as a help desk. So if you have a WordPress question, come on in, just ask us. Nothing is off limits. It can be a simple question. It could be an advanced question. If we don't know, we will tell you we don't know, or we'll help you Google it right away. And if you are into a little trivia, having a little fun, we will be doing some WordPress and LAX focused trivia to try and keep the local flavor of the WordCamp intact. We're just going to be hanging out on a Zoom call and hope to talk to you and help you, because that's the whole idea behind WordPress in the community and open source in general, right? Is we openly share knowledge in order for us all to be elevated, or to elevate each other and to help each other succeed. So that's what we're all about.
That's exciting. That's all. I'm excited to check it out. And especially with a hybrid, well, I don't know if it's hybrid questions, but WordPress and LA trivia combined. I don't know if there's any questions that you can that involve both LA and WordPress in the same question?
Well, I can think of one off the top of my head. I don't think we have this, but we could do a shout outs like list your favorite WordPress agency based in LA or in the surrounding area. I don't know. But yeah, we try to, because that's what a WordCamp really is. It's meant to get the local group of WordPress users together and celebrate each other and learn from each other. And so in the virtual world, it's admittedly a little bit difficult to keep that local flavor. But on the flip side, you'll probably have people at WordCamp LAX from around the world. And that's what we've seen so far this year. It's been really amazing how everyone's come together for these camps and to continue.
Yeah, I definitely think the virtual type space is an evolution of, we knew things that worked in person, and some of those things do work well online and some of them don't. But on the flip side, there's some things that work really well online that you can't do in person. There's definitely some silver linings on some things that were unexpected, like the global nature, but also you can't just translate a physical event to an online event. And as I said, in the last 5-6 months, we've learned a lot. But regardless, we're not going anywhere. We're still in this community, and because we're part of it, everyone on our team is or has been an existing community member and WordPress user. So we're just as passionate as you are and your attendees are about the platform. Well, we're thankful to have you and have you involved. Last question. The theme of our WordCamp is tricks of the trade. So do you have a 60-second trick, WordPress trick that you feel like sharing?
Sure. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't say use GoDaddy Pro, but I do have another tip. But in all seriousness, if you are managing more than one website, GoDaddy Pro is as easy as logging into that site once, things persist, and then you have automatically saved time. If you're logging into more than one site and running updates, when you do it in Pro, you're automatically saving time. And then on top of that, you have a really good platform for recurring revenue and building maintenance plans for your clients. Now, my general WordPress quick tip, and this may seem a little elementary, but if you log into your WordPress admin, and you go to settings and you go to reading, there's a little checkbox on the bottom part there that says discourage search engines from accessing the site or similar. Make sure that's not checked. Because a lot of times when you're building a site, it's in development. A lot of people build it on a live domain. They put up a maintenance plan and they discourage search engines while they're building their menus and pages and things. And we've seen it more than once, and I've done it more than once, forgetting to turn off the discouragement of search engines indexing the site. So that's my quick tip.
That's definitely very useful. When you have your live site, you definitely want search engines to be able to find you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the whole point, right?
Right. If a site falls in the forest, I'm sure there's a metaphor there somewhere or something.
Yeah, if a search engine never indexes your site, does it exist?
Does it exist? Exactly. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate you coming on, and I'm sure we'll see you during the live show during the camp and at your booth during the camp. And for everyone else out there, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please go to la.wordcamp.org/2020. That is different than the URL that was on the bottom of the screen before. They just recently shifted all the URLs. It is a bit easier now, but it's different. So la.wordcamp.org/2020. And we're about a month away. So it is October 17th and 18th. I have 15th on my mind for whatever reason, but it is October 17th and 18th, Saturday and Sunday. All day. So we will see you there. And again, thank you so much, Adam, and we'll see you at the camp.
Hey, thanks for having me, Joey. Take care.